E-Verify, which is voluntary in most cases, depending on what state, depending if you're a government contractor or not. It's still somewhat of a voluntary system. It does a very good job of identifying fake documents. However, it's completely vulnerable to identity theft. As we were pushing E-Verify out in large scales throughout the mid-2000s, we literally saw the change very quickly from $25 fake documents to much more expensive documents based on U.S. citizens' identity or permanent residence identity. If they took my name, social security number, and DOB and put it on a completely fake document, but that looks valid enough to be an employer, it will be E-Verify every single time. In addition to that, there's been concern that E-Verify encourages additional discrimination in the employment process. It's been my opinion and my experience that if an individual is going to make those discriminatory mistakes, they're going to make them also in the I-9 process. I don't see how adding E-Verify into that would be any different. I think if a person is misinformed on the law, they'll make the same mistakes on the I-9 as they do in E-Verify. If an individual is choosing to discriminate illegally against someone, they're going to make the same mistake on the I-9, and they're also going to do it in the E-Verify process. The two are done in an ideal scenario collectively. They're done at the same time within 3 days of hire, so it's really one process. And when you look at some of your software electronic I-9 processes out there, it's almost seamless in all of those, that if the employer's on E-Verify, they're doing electronic I-9, it automatically sends it off to E-Verify anyway, and you just get your confirmation number that the E-Verify was run on the back end. I think state laws mandating E-Verify do help ferret out a lot of the fraudulent documents that are out there by getting more employers on E-Verify. Again, E-Verify does have its issues, and seeing it enhanced with a photo matching tool as they're starting to test out is a critical part of that, because that will start getting E-Verify out of basically just a biographic type search database into a biometric verification, where if someone is using my name, DOB, and social security number, it's on a fake document. Obviously, if the photo from my state ID pops up and the employer can look and see that that is clearly not me, that's an additional tool to get individuals committing identity theft out of the system. So I think the more E-Verify is pushed out, the more we make it difficult for document vendors out there, and the more we enhance E-Verify as well, we'll make it more difficult for document vendors. I think E-Verify should be enhanced by adding on the state ID system. By and large, that is the largest pool of identity documents that are used in the I-9 process, are state driver's licenses and state IDs. List A documents consist of passports and permanent resident cards. By and large, those already have the photo matching tool because they're federal governmental agencies. Getting states to comply with the requirements and/or come on board with that has proven a challenge. But once you start chipping away at that, it makes things a lot more difficult when you take not only A documents, but the lion's share of the B identity documents, and you have at least a photo that you can match up with those three other biographic pieces of data. That will help tremendously.